Hey, this is Pastor Charles from Bux-Mont Baptist Church coming to you today with a story from my Story Monday. This week, we're going to tell a story of somebody who's no longer alive. Want to highlight on this show Christian saints that have come before us and committed their life to Jesus and done wonderful things. This week, we're going to highlight Betsey Stockton. Betsey Stockton was a fantastic woman by all accords and by history's recording. She was born into slavery in Princeton, New Jersey in 1798. When she was a child, she was given her slave owner gave her to his daughter, and his daughter was actually married to Ashbel Green, who was the president of the College of New Jersey, which is now Princeton University. And then as she grew up in 1817, when she was 19 years old, she became a member of First Presbyterian Church in Princeton and was formally freed. When she became a member of that church, she was freed by that family, by the Stockton family. And she took on that surname. She took on the name of, her former owners. So her name was Betsey Stockton. And what she did is after she was freed, she remained what was called a domestic servant to the family. And she actually learned how to read. She was taught how to read, and she gained an education by reading things in their library and by homeschooling from Dr. Green, Dr. Ashbel Green. He actually educated her and taught her how to read. And she actually expressed a desire to be a missionary to Africa, what she ultimately wanted to do. However, when she was in her life, she learned of a student named Charles Stewart, who was actually a student at Princeton Theological Seminary. He was planning to go with the Green family. Well, actually, he was a friend of the Green family, and he was planning to go to Hawaii to be a missionary. Back then, Hawaii wasn't a state. They actually called Hawaii the Sandwich Islands. And so she heard of Charles Stewart going to Hawaii to be a missionary. And so she said she wanted to go. She wanted to follow Jesus, and she wanted to be a missionary in Hawaii. And so her school, Dr. Green, and other people in her life wrote a letter to the American Board of Commissioners for Foreign Missions and asked her to be approved as a missionary. And history records that she became the first single American woman sent overseas as a missionary, right? And in her contract, she wasn't sent over there just as a servant to Charles Stewart and his family, or a servant to other people. Actually, in her contract, it's reported as saying that she is neither as an equal nor as a servant, but as a humble Christian friend to the Stewarts. Right. So she went with them as a friend to be missionaries in Hawaii, then called the Sandwich Islands, and served over there. She did some great work over there. She helped educate people. She helped educate the natives of Hawaii. They actually went over there in 1822, took a 5-month long boat trip to get to Hawaii, and they settled over there. She was a teacher at a mission school. She also trained Hawaiian people to be teachers, and ultimately she trained them up to take over the teaching duties when she went back to the U.S. She ultimately went back to the U.S. Because there were some health issues with the Stewarts, and she came back with them. When she got back to the U.S., she taught in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for a period of time. And then she also established a school for Indians in Grape Island, Canada. So she was a highly intelligent person, a highly intelligent woman who followed Jesus and dedicated her life to him. And she also helped found Princeton's first Presbyterian church for people of color. It was called Princeton's. It's called First Presbyterian Church of Color, and it was established in 1848. It was renamed as Witherspoon Street Church, and so there you have it, Betsey Stockton, a great testimony, a great story of somebody who came to Christ, followed Christ into the mission field, used the gifts and abilities that God gave her, used the opportunities that God gave her to be a pioneer, and also to reach others. So that's the story of Betsey Stockton. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're encouraged by it. And if there's anything we could do for you at Bux-Mont Baptist Church, please reach out to us. We want to be a blessing to you and help you in any way we can. God bless.